Have you ever cared for everyone but forgot to care for yourself? Have you ever helped everyone around you, but when you needed help, no one came? This is the story of a kind man who gave love to everyone, but forgot to give love to himself. And when his heart finally broke, he learned the most powerful lesson of his life. Once upon a time, in a small, peaceful village surrounded by green fields and tall trees, lived a man named Arif. Arif was loved by everyone. He was not rich or famous, but he had the biggest heart in the whole village. If someone's cow was lost, Arif helped find it. If a roof was leaking, Arif fixed it. If someone was hungry, he shared his food even when he had very little. The villagers always said, Arif is the heart of this village. But no one knew that Arif himself was tired and lonely inside. Every morning before eating, Arif carried water to the old widow Amina. Then he helped his neighbor fix the fence. After that, he worked in the fields until sunset. When he returned home, his small house looked broken. The roof needed repair, the walls were cracked, and the floor was full of dust. He sighed and said softly, "I'll fix it tomorrow." But that tomorrow never came. One evening, a young boy came running. "Uncle Arif, my father's ox fell into the pit. Please come." Without thinking until the ox was safe. Everyone cheered for him. But that night, while walking home, Arif felt dizzy. His legs were weak and his heart was heavy. He reached his door and collapsed. For 2 days, Arif lay weak and sick inside his house. He waited, thinking someone would come to check in on him. Maybe Amina, maybe the neighbors. But no one came. Everyone thought Arif must be busy helping someone else. No one knew he needed help this time. As he looked at the roof above him, he whispered, "I gave my heart to everyone, but no one is here when I need them." Tears rolled down his cheeks. On the third day, a monk came to the village. He saw Arif lying near his door, tired and pale. The monk gave him water and sat beside him. He asked gently, "Son, why are you here all alone?" Arif smiled weakly and said, "Because I was too busy helping everyone else. I forgot to take care of myself." The monk looked at him kindly and said, "My child, you cannot light others' lamps if your own flame is gone." Arif listened quietly. The monk continued, "Love is a beautiful thing, but it must start with you. You cannot pour water for others if your own cup is empty." Those words touched Arif's heart deeply. The next morning, Arif stood up slowly. His body was weak, but his mind felt anew. For the first time, he decided to care for himself. He cleaned his house. He fixed his broken roof. He planted flowers outside his door. And every evening, he sat near the river watching the sunset, something he never had time to do before. People began to whisper, "Arif has changed. He doesn't help like before." But Arif just smiled and said, "I am still helping. I'm just starting with myself." Days turned into weeks. Arif's face looked brighter, his steps stronger. When someone came asking for help, he didn't always say yes. Sometimes he said, "Let me finish my work first, then I will come." At first, people didn't understand, but soon they saw the truth. Arif was happier, more peaceful, and still kind, but now stronger. His balance taught everyone in the village a quiet lesson. One evening, Amina visited Arif with a smile. She said, "You've taught us something new, Arif. We used to think love meant giving everything away, but now we know we must care for ourselves too." Arif smiled and replied, "When you love yourself, your love for others becomes pure and full." The whole village slowly changed. People started helping each other, but also taking care of their own hearts and homes. The village became more peaceful than ever before. As the sun set one evening, Arif sat by the quiet river. The orange light reflected on the water. He closed his eyes and whispered, "Now I understand. Loving yourself first isn't selfish. It's the beginning of real love." Remember, you can't help others if your heart is empty. You can't love anyone deeply if you don't love yourself first. Take time to rest. Take time to heal. Take time to love yourself.